So Chris, a lot of states are talking about social equity programs. Could you talk about some of the things that you think should be carried forward and also some things that no one thought about that need to be considered for as they plan?
Yeah, so what I think definitely should be carried forward is that people who have been, disenfranchised or have been impacted by the war on drugs should absolutely be the first people in line to be able to participate in this business, right? So I think that should get pushed forward throughout every state. If you have been arrested, especially for marijuana, for trafficking marijuana, distributing marijuana, and you got locked up and got time, you should be one of the first people to be considered, to get into this industry and be able to participate. Some of the things that they did not think about that they need to think about is making sure that these people have resources. Okay, it's more than just giving them a license. That ain't gonna cut it. There needs to be some sort of program set up so that if you do give them a license, whether it's some of these guys have to go out and they have to lease a spot, right? So the way it worked over here, we had to have the property already before they gave us the license, right? So let's think about that. I need to go find a building or a landlord, pay money that I don't have to get a building, sign a lease, and all that stuff before I even know if I'm going to get the license. Well, I know a lot of people that didn't get the license, and now they're stuck in a lease with a landlord having to pay money, right? I know people that that's been paying rent for a year, that got a license and been paying rent, in their facility for a year, but can't get to the next phase, in the licensing process so they can start growing or start operating because the city is understaffed and so backed up and they don't know what, they haven't gotten to their application yet. So all these things, these people are losing their businesses. They're bleeding money on a monthly basis, so there's a lot of intricate parts of the program that they didn't really consider, when they put it together. They didn't think it through. They didn't go talk to, guys like myself, or even now that I've gone through it for 2 years, the city is still not reaching out to guys who are, or some of us who have been successful, and saying, how can we fix this? What will make this work? How do we bring these people in and give them an opportunity to participate in this business and ensure that they're going to be successful at it? Right? We could talk all day about, all the different programs that could be put in place. They could even give guys like myself a tax break to mentor or incubate another social equity applicant. Okay, Chris, since you're, mentoring or incubating this applicant, we're going to go ahead and cut your taxes in half for you or something, or just anything. You can get creative with this stuff. But those are the type of things that need to happen if social equity is really going to succeed across the United States.
Can you talk to me about how you compete you guys are pretty big compared to your 16 lights back in the day.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, compared to Acreage and Cresco, you're a small player.
Right.
Right. So you have to build a brand. You got to kind of do some unique strategies. Like, how do you compete being a small business in LA?
The one thing that will set you aside is the weed, right? The product. What has made Ball Family Farms who we are is the product. I'm sure everyone has seen, there's been a lot of brands that have come out that are very, very pretty. They got great packaging, they got great marketing, they got to spend all this money and doing all these things, and the brand doesn't take off. The reason why the brand is not taking off is because what's inside of the jar or the bag, right? It all starts there. This industry and this culture is built on the smoke, right? You need to find the quality product, whether that's getting your genetics from someone, whether that's tissue culturing, however you have to do it. People go out there. If you're trying to start a grow or you want to be in cultivation in the space, get you some people who really smoke weed, get you an R&D team who really know about cannabis. And as you start growing, you start letting them try it. And you say, hey, is this good? No, this one's not that good. I don't really like the taste. Okay, get you about 3 or 4 people. I have a team of 5. There's 5 of them that R&D all of our products. And unless I get a unanimous yes from all 5, it never sees the light of day. And I've gone through 1,000 strains to get to the 6 that I have right now. Right? So it all starts there. And if you have quality product, it will sell itself, no matter what you call it. You could call it shit in a bag, right? And if it's really fire and if it's bomb, them customers are gonna come back and be like, let me get that shit in the bag again. That one was hitting, right? But if you don't have that, it all starts there. You can't go do a big outdoor grow with 1,000 acres and put it in all this pretty packaging and use all this money and marketing dollars, because you'll get the one buy from the consumer, but if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, they're going to put it down and they won't return, right? So it's like anything else. It's just like food. It's just like drinks. You eat a Sizzler steak or you eat a Mastro steak. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mastros or Boa, but you either going to eat the Sizzler steak or you're going to eat the Mastros, the Wagyu, right? Same thing in cannabis.
Okay, I have a direct question from the audience, and I don't know if you read these, but you were hitting it right there. You have your core five, you got your people, the people you trust. I know who those people are in my life. These guys are chiefing all day. They wake up, they smoke. I don't know how they smoke this much, but they do it. They know every single thing. I actually had this friend, he could smoke a J and tell you all the terpenes in it, right? Those kind of people. You got those five. I get that.
Yep.
But you also got customers, right? And they might have a slightly different perspective on what's important to them. So how do you get feedback from your customers?
Through Instagram, really. You know what I'm saying? We get DMs, or our Instagram stays on fire all day long with customers who are happy about the product, customers who are disappointed. You know, maybe they got a dry jar. Maybe, you know, this batch of LaRusso wasn't as good as the last one, you know, that they bought from the particular retail location. I mean, we've heard it all. So for us, you know, we've chosen to be a brand for the weed connoisseur, right? So even with the education piece, when we take our, you know, into our stores, when our products goes into the stores, we actually have, you know, meetings with the bud tenders and give them education on our products. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, LaRusso is very, very high potency. It's for the veteran smoker. You know, it's not for the customer that comes in here and they want to try something for the first time. You know, you may want to give them our bonsai for that. You know, that's more of a light, it's more sativa, stuff like that. So it's all about, you know, the education, you know, and once you get, you know, to a certain point to where we've gotten, now we are considered, you know, a connoisseur's brand, you know, designer weed. You know, that's kind of what I've been hearing about us lately. And that's kind of where I want it to be. You know, I've seen every type of cannabis, from outdoor to mixed light greenhouse, to growing in cocoa, to growing in Rockwell, to growing in soil. Like I've done it all, you know, over the past, you know, 20 years that I've been in the space. So that's how we've gotten our customers. And the ones that, you know, want to shop at Louis Vuitton, they're going to come shop at Louis Vuitton. The ones that want to go to Target or Walmart, there's a customer base for that too. That's just not where our brand is. You know what I'm saying? We are the Louis Vuitton or the Chanel of cannabis, so to speak.